Benteen, who lived in the 1800s. I actually found this, the words for this are from a larger poem that I got off of the Harvard Library's online collection of public domain poems and such. And when you listen to the lyrics, you can kind of interpret it in different ways. The original poem is about the loss of brothers in the Civil War, but when you listen to some of the verses, you can think the loss of a relationship, the loss of a loved one. It can be interpreted in many different ways. So here's my piece, Never to Mourn.
everybody does. Join me. Come on! Yes. They had no idea I was going to do that, did you? No, you didn't. You didn't know. So, we do have some historians out there for music. When did solfege when was it first introduced? Raise your hand and tell the group. Music history class. Come on, come on. Dr. Carney. Professor Dickerson. Guido di Arezzo from Italy. Yeah, oh, yeah, Romanus remembers that from something. Yeah, that's right. We're talking 12th century. Did anybody know it goes back that far? 12th century. Why not write a psalter song? Soltifala is the name of this because it kind of has a flow to it. And I wrote it many years ago. And it's nothing but solfege. We go through the whole system. We change keys, we change styles. Enough. Let's just sing Soltifala.
turned into a choir temporarily. Did they do great?
this song in the Intro to Songwriting class that is taught by Dr. Galestro. And she made us do a project where each person in the class gave each other a prompt. And my song had to encapsulate the feeling of frailty. And I wrote it, and I decided that instead of only dwelling in that weakness, I wanted to end it with remembering to not abandon hope and just gathering strength at the end. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Hail Mary.
want to say I'm very honored to be closing tonight's show, and even more honored to be sharing the stage with so many amazing artists tonight, many of who actually helped craft and produce this song. I'm very proud of it and very happy to be able to share it with its first audience. So without further ado, this is running out of time.
Don't touch, arms length away, but falling in love with you. I'm tired of the lies I've been told. Excuses get old, round and round this cycle I go with you. I'm tired of giving you everything so you can be with him. You're running out of time, you're making me lose my mind. If you don't want to lose me, better apologize, for I'll make up my mind and leave your love behind. If you don't want to lose me, better prioritize, cause you're running out of time. Burn, still holding on, it's making things worse for Who do you have it for?
Brandon, when you were mixing, were you mixing after the composition or while you were creating?
I do a little bit of both. While I create, I like to kind of create with the sound in mind, and then after that I kind of break everything down and mix it together.
So, I like your mix a lot. I was curious to hear more about your mixing process. So
Thank you so much.
First of all, thank you for sharing your art. I think it's amazing. My question is for Marcus. Marcus, you mentioned at the beginning that you were experimenting
Yes.
What brought you to that, and what did you learn from that?
Well, I kind of have this thing where I like doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I was like, I'm going to allow myself to do that because I love writing string quartets. But I had like this, I had to do something else with it to set it apart from everything else that I write.
How did you feel after creating that piece?
Very happy. I think it's one of my favorite things I've ever written. Thank you.
And thank you for the way you worded that. Thank you for sharing your art. Thank you for wording it that way. Yes?
So we heard a variety of different styles.
Yes.
Vocal, instrumental, guitar, all sorts of styles. So the general question to all of you, from what you've heard tonight from each other, what did you learn to make yourself better moving forward?
I guess I'll start that one off. When I was backstage listening, I was trying to put myself in the composer's shoes and think about, okay, well, I hear a change happening here, and now the mood is shifting. What brought them to do that? And so it made me question the way that I also write music, and I tried to interpret other pieces like Marcus's works. They're very elaborate and have a lot of different, if you think of it as driving along the interstate, there's a lot of different road signs that you hit in his pieces before you get to your final destination. And I think I could definitely learn a thing or two from him. So.
Well, I was in Christina's piece singing in the quartet, and I learned a lot from being in it as a composer myself, because I struggle a lot with writing for voice parts, and seeing and hearing what Christina wrote really helps me understand that more and learn how to go about it.
As a pop music composer, I guess, I see my classmates' works and I'm really inspired by just like the vast knowledge of music theory that they've gathered and that they use, and I like a few of my other production majors are taking theory classes and learning more about that, and I think that that fundamental knowledge that we see them utilize is really inspiring to stay in theory.
So after listening to everything backstage and on stage as well, what I can definitely take from everybody here, I'll definitely say, outside of just the music side, the music theory side, writing to make it kind of easier for the musicians to play and to make it more fun, I'd say, as far as a composer, to me, that's what I can definitely take away from these guys from today.
I think I've learned a lot from, especially from people who have done this multiple times. And this is my first composition concert, but some of them have been here a few years. And it's really interesting how they carry themselves and present themselves on stage. And it's really funny when someone comes back from sharing their music and they just collapse. You know, like, that went way better than I thought it would, and that kind of thing. It's just funny because you don't see that, and I don't know what it looks like to you guys, but they look so professional up here and amazing, and like, we're just people, I guess. It's cool.
No.
So for us, making sure that the project plays before we're on stage. No, but I mean, it happens. But me personally, I feel like music theory, it's kind of weird for me because I'm a violinist, and I performed 10 years ago, and I was in the Van Wezel, I was part of the Sarasota Orchestra, and I never learned music theory. Never. I just kind of went with my ear and my heart. And hearing all these guys and how they play it, and Dale especially, my partner, he's kind of opened my eyes on a lot of things too, is how really music kind of works with each other, with other genres, with other instruments, and how I can use that to my advantage. So that's definitely something that I am going to be working on, and I've learned with all of you guys, all of you talented guys. I mean, love it, and I would love to keep working with you guys. So thank you.
Who else?
I'm just curious if you guys could all quickly just talk about what the hardest part of finishing the song was. I think we all come to a spot with a song, and then the hardest part is just making a decision about one thing, or is this gonna work?
Yeah, so for my vocal piece, I feel like it was a lot easier of a process to find an ending because I had picked my lyrics and what lyrics were going to be the end before I had written the music to it. But for my instrumental piece, figuring out the form of the whole thing was part A of the process of how am I going to finish this, because it just wants to go on and on and on. And then writing a tag at the end of the piece was a very difficult thing to think about because I wanted to find a balance between not throwing something completely random at the end of the song that made no sense in context of the piece, but also wanting to have that effect of, oh, okay, we're here, this is the end. So finding that balance was an interesting journey that they definitely both helped me on.
You mentioned a term, what's a tag?
A tag. A tag is the bar or a couple bars measures at the end of a piece that you throw on to say, okay, I'm done.
So for me, the hardest part of writing a piece is coming up with an actual name for it. When I write all my songs or pieces, I name them random things. I like food, so I name like I dropped my waffles, or like whoops, and then once I finish it, I kind of use the piece as inspiration. It takes me a really long time to find the name, and I still struggle with that a lot because I got help a lot with names now because I can't figure it out on my own.
And I'll say I find it quite entertaining because Marcus, he comes in and he plays something. I'm like, oh, I really don't know where this came from. Wow. But what about that title? And it's just like, oh, it's going to change. It's going to change. And then next week it's something else, and the next week it's something else, and the next week it's something else. And I love that. I love that because the title's changing with the music, and it evolves that way. So, any other questions, please? I saw some hands. Or would you all like to?
Hi guys, thank you, Missy. So for that, the song that you heard tonight, basically in class, everyone wrote one word on a piece of paper and then crumpled it up and threw it in the middle of the room, and we had to pick a paper that wasn't ours, and whatever word was on that paper you had to put in your song or like make the theme of the song. And I got the word frail, and it was really challenging for me to just get into a flow state and start somewhere with that word. So that was the hardest part, but once I got it and once I knew that I wanted it to, once I knew I wanted to have a plot and like change towards the end, it came very naturally. But yeah, the hardest part is sometimes just getting started, and you gotta get inspired or wait till it happens, or yeah.
So for me, when I originally wrote my piece, I knew how I wanted to start it and I knew how I wanted to end it, but in between I was lost. I didn't really know where to go. So I have this bad habit of writing backwards because I know exactly what I want the climax of the song to sound like and the resolution, and sometimes I start in the middle of that and just spread my wings so they can all get together. But that was definitely the hardest part of that piece, figuring out the bridge, the verses, but I had the choruses, the intros, and the outros all kind of figured out, so, yeah.
For my song, we finished a recorded version of the song before ever playing live. I'm still working on that because I kind of have perfectionist brain, and like I'm very critical of my own work, so I'll spend hours like working on the same thing, trying to fix it. But I think that became a challenge when trying to put it on stage because something didn't match the recording, or it wasn't how it sounded in my head, and I had to learn to just let my musicians have some freedom with how they interpreted it and used it. And it was very cool, and I feel like they achieved something that I never could have done on my own. So I'm grateful for that.
I'm gonna be honest, what was the question? Oh, no. Honestly, the mixing aspect. So, I know you guys saw Brandon's project where it showed everything, all the instruments, and I know someone had a question about that, you know, the mixing aspect of it. And for Dale and I, it's a whole orchestra. I mean, it's like something you hear in a movie, and there's so many instruments going on, and it makes it really complicated in order to kind of fit that, so you can hear some things and still hear other things and make sure that it sounds clear, you know. We're amateurs, we're kind of, you know, we're learning, we're beginning that journey. And as I know that as we keep moving and going to the next song, right, we will be improving upon that. And that's definitely the biggest challenge, is using our ears and getting to that professional level, so.
You know, and one thing that's been mentioned once or twice, the whole thing with the theory and inspiration and instinct, and it tells you writing music happens a lot of ways. And you know, it's nice to have the best of both worlds, to have that inspiration and kind of natural emotions that, you know, how am I going to put sound together? And then it's nice to also know the theory, and it's nice to hear, you know, Chris, what you said about now you want to do more theory and all that sort of thing. But it's an interesting balance between all of the above, and I don't know, you know, how we all compose, but sometimes things just happen, and then it can become a lot of work. You come up with a great idea, and sometimes we have 3 or 4 ideas, and we really only needed 1 or 2. And I do want to just say too, real quick, again, we're so grateful for our family and our friends. I say, Will, it's good to see you again. You know, thanks for staying with us in the music appreciation class. Hi, Roxanne. Family, that's my sister, and so we all think we appreciate your love and your support, and how you tell us that we're wonderful, right? And please write some more music. Let's see if there's another question or two, and we'll wrap it up. Yes.
Brandon, what inspired you, or who inspired you? Like, how did you decide to have this passion for music like you're doing to create that comes from somewhere discover?
Where did the song come from? Or
Your desire to create music.
honestly, I've always loved music as a kid, just growing up. I went through a lot of death growing up, and I always just went straight to the piano, and I would just practice and play random songs and things like that. And I eventually grown a passion just for music and creating my own songs without even kind of, you know, wanting to do it academically at first in middle school and things like that. Then my mom was like, here, try GarageBand, see what happens. And the rest is history.
Joseph, you had a question?
Yeah, this is to any or all of the songwriters that feel like answering this. When you go about writing lyrics, what are like the biggest hurdles that like you face that like stop you in your tracks? And what tricks do you use to try to overcome those?
So I have a super bad habit when I'm writing lyrics of editing and creating at the same time. And you simply cannot do that, or else your projects are going to get very messy. So just brain dump and get all of the creative thoughts out, and don't judge yourself for anything that you write down. I also write lyrics and melody at the same time, and then I add music afterwards. A lot of people don't work like that, and so that works great for them. That's how I do it. But it's really just having those separate creative processes and editing processes, and not judging your creative thoughts. Just let it flow.
And going off of that, really good lyrics will inspire the music. Right? Yes?
For those of you who add lyrics and critique the answer to that question, I'll always yourself. What came first to you, the lyrics or the melody?
I'd say the melody for me.
My songs usually start with a line, and it comes from how I'm feeling in that moment. So this song came from the line, tired of giving you everything so you can be with him. That was a situation I was going through where a girl had feelings for me and for another guy, which is a terrible thing to be in. And so out of kind of anger and confusion, I wrote that line. Didn't have any music to it, but I knew that was going to be in the song, I just didn't know where, and I kind of built everything around that to work towards that lyric.
Yeah, lyrics are a curious thing because it kind of depends also what the song is for. Is it a standalone song? Is it a song for an album? Is it a song for a musical, or is it just a one-time song? And there's a lot of different ways to approach lyrics as far as that's concerned. And in my experience, I like to write the lyrics first, and then I put the music to it, and then some of the lyrics change with the music, right? I see heads nodding. Let's take one more. Okay, two, and then we have to go on. Yes?
I have a question for Christina. So when it comes to your vocal quartet, how would you describe the melody and the texture of the song?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. So when I had the lyrics picked out that I wanted to use, the first thing I decided to do was come up with the rhythm that I wanted to put to the lyrics. And then I was like, okay, time to build my melody. And I had the hardest time coming up with a melody. So I scrapped all the ideas that weren't making sense to me, and I said, wait a minute, what was I humming when I came up with that rhythmic scheme? And I just wrote it down, and I built chords off of that, and I realized, wait a minute, this is actually really beautiful. So that's how mine came about for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I remember when you first started the project, I mean, that you find, if you love those lyrics, then you just hum them, you sing them, you talk to the walls, and then it usually just happens.
Yeah, and we realized something when we had our singers actually going about this. It's kind of written more for an alto voice than a tenor voice, so it's very high in my tenor one's register there, but he was able to pull it off, so very grateful for that.
And you said something very revealing. What was it? I realized in the rehearsal, fill in the blanks, right? How many times does that happen to me, right? Has that happened to you? You're in the rehearsal and you go, oh, that's really high, that's really low for the altos and the sopranos or the basses, or those syllables are hard to sing that way in that particular note. So you learn a lot in rehearsals. One more, yes.
Okay, hi. My question is for, I think your name is Brandon. First of all, I'd like to say you have the voice of a literal angel. That was crazy. And my question is, do you have like a Spotify or something? Or?
Yeah, I'm Wilson B with a period after that. It's just my name backwards. Thank you.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Aren't you glad we had that last question? You all have been wonderful tonight, and we, composers, can we thank the audience? Thank you so much. Just keep writing, and everybody is a composer. Be creative, write anything, write poetry, write your thoughts down every day. Right? It doesn't matter what you write, just write. Be creative because it's good for the soul, right? All right, everybody have a beautiful rest of the evening, and thank you.